Hello, this is a new video, long time no see, and I wanted to show what my setup was for 2016, this year, with my planning system, and then I will also want to tell you what the new changes will be for next year, and there will be a lot of changes. So I've been doing a trial run of my new setup for next year. So I'm pretty positive that I found something that will work brilliantly. Yay! But first, let me show you how I use my planners this year, say at the start of the year. As you know from my previous video, I've been using the Giglio Appunto together with the Hobonichi system, Hobonichi cousin. I chose the Hobonichi Avec, which is the half-year version, because, well, portability actually. It's half the weight of the big one. And this was actually pretty good because I put it on the scales one time and it was about 575 grams. And that was a lot less than my medium Compagna weight when I used it a few years back, because I've been out of rings for a really long time. So how did I use it? First of all, if I use a planner, it's my one and only planner. I'm a one planner for all kind of girl, woman. Why? Because I believe if you have one life, you should have one planner. I see where if you work like a lawyer, for example, or you have sensitive customer information in your planner, that it might not be recommendable to have one planner for all. But for all the other cases, I think it's the best idea, because I only have 24 hours, 25, imagine, 24 hours in a day. So I'm going to have to divide that over everything in my life. So I can't, personally, you know, you do what works best for you. But for me, it's, I have to use one planner for everything. So, saying this and giving this, I'm going to show you a page which I probably should have looked up before I made this video. But just a simple setup, how I use the very large pages in the cousin for my business and private life. So how did I do that? First of all, I am using the timeline at the left for my daily schedule. Say, it just shows me where I have to go at what time. I don't know if you see this, I have overwritten the timeline because, let's see if I can put this a little bit closer, because the hours as they originally were are not working for me. I need half an hour lines because I want to do detailed planning. I usually override the timelines about for 1 or 2 weeks beforehand. Yeah, and it might be messy, you know, because I just take my pen and overwrite what's in here, but I personally don't care because this is a tool. This is really just an instrument. And you'll see I'm crossing things out and I can't be bothered how it looks actually. So timeline here. Then I have on the right, the top half I use for private to-dos, things for my personal life, and the lower half for my business to-dos. At the end of the day, I usually note down 3 or 4 sometimes points of gratitude for the day. I find this is really, well, it's become a habit for a few years, and it's really helpful looking at your life, reflecting on your day, and especially on very shitty days, to just, you know, take the effort and look for the things. And sometimes, you know, some days you write it, the gratitude list in like 2 seconds, and others you have to think about them for 20 minutes. So that's good to learn to look at them. So that's my general setup, like I said. I also usually add some, if I had the space left, I had some points of personal journal. Not really a dear diary kind of journal, but like did this, called her or him, and we agreed on this or that. Stuff like that. So this was my setup for 2016. Oh, let me show you one more thing, because you know, one of the problems with a day per paper planner is, of course, that your to-dos that you don't get done at the end of the day tend to, you know, get buried as you go along on the next pages. To avoid that, I have done 2 things. One is, if I have transferred my to-dos to another day, I give the day a little check mark. You see that here at the top. And that way, if I go to the pages, I know, oh, okay, nothing to pay attention to on this day, to do or work-wise. I can go on till I find a day where there's no check mark and I might have something left that I haven't transferred yet. Another thing I did is a grant master list, and I usually take the free page at the front of the month. And then in my left-hand column, I have my private to-dos, and the right-hand columns I have work to-dos. Anything that doesn't get done at the end of the month, because I also have long-term goals there, so there's always some things that don't get done. I give a little check mark, you know that probably from bullet journaling, and it gets moved to another month. In the back, I use the free pages. I'm going to show you, for like invoices, notes on book that I've read. What else? A routine schedule that I didn't use. And sometimes some notes on at a meeting. I usually have dedicated books for that, but apparently I didn't bring it that day. That was the planning part of my 2016 setup. Actually, this is the purple appunto, and I also have it in yellow. Look, very pretty. So that was the planning part. And for my wallet, which is also getting counted in the equation, I used this little Giramondo. It's the size S, also from Chilio. And size S means it's field note size. So it's bigger than the Passport Midori size, because that would be the Giramondo XS, which is too tiny for me. And this one is the S size. And look how this leather, also the yellow Apoca, look how this developed. Absolutely gorgeous shine. It is so nice to touch, really. So I use this as my wallet. How did this work? Oh, I'm sorry. Here I've also already moved out, so I can't show you. Here I had my driver's license, my 2 bank cards, and a, how do you call them? The car service, you know, like when you have a problem with your car on the way and you have to call, I don't know what the English or American equivalent is. Well, service. I don't know. So I had this here. This insert I got from Etsy, and here I had coins in this little zipper. Isn't this cute? So here I had the coins. These were 2 credit card slots, but I used them for I think a stamp card or customer loyalty card. Concentrate. Here I had some receipts, and then I had this homemade insert for my cash notes. They went in here, and this was also room for receipts. And in the back, a plain notebook, and there I had my shopping list. This was also used to stash some more receipts. I collect them usually for almost a week before I clean it out. And I had my pen on a little, paper clip here. And by the way, look at the difference. Still got some work to do on this one. So far, I believe I'm looking over my table, which is really full right now, for my, one more thing. That was 2016, and now we are going to move to, I forgot a very important thing, and that is my journaling part, because I just mentioned I didn't do personal journaling and no decoration and stuff in my normal planner, because I am using I've been using the A6, also Hobonichi avec for that. At the first half, before the Chilio Punto was released, I used the Miyakara, and you only had to cut the cover a little tiny, really a rim of maybe 2 millimeters to make it fit. And that was that, because, oops, so, of course then the Apunto came, and I jumped right onto it. So this is my current one, which I haven't finished yet. What I do here is writing, drawing, sticking photos, which I make with my Canon selfie, and stuff like that. So cards, anything really. So I have a flip through of the beginning of this year of this book. I think on YouTube or maybe on my Instagram account, and you can, if you want to have a look, you can have a look there. So this was 2016. Can't go back now. For 2017, however, I have different plans. Because what I really missed in the setup like I had it was, I was sometimes beginning to miss my old system where I had the Medium Compagna, and it was my wallet and my planner and my list and my everything. Whenever I had to leave the house, I would just grab my planner, my Medium Compagna, and it was good to go. So I very, very, very briefly considered going back to the ring planners for planning. And it took me about 5 minutes of really thinking and feeling, and I thought, yeah, I can't do it. Once you've gone bound books, it's really, really hard to get used to the rings again. So didn't do that, and then I wondered, could I fit everything that I write in my A5 Punto, and can I fit this in an A6, because that would be super. You have half the weight, half the size, and you would still have the daily pages, and you would have everything with you. So I thought I'll give it a shot. Jennifer from Japan was sweet enough to send me her 2016 full A6, full year, I mean with full. It was not fully written or anything, for me to try it out. And I've been doing so for the past, I think 6 weeks. To see if it could work. So what I've done is I've combined my planner and my wallet again, and I'm really excited about this. So how does it look? If you open it up, here I have my cards again, 2 bank cards, my driver's license, this was just a card, and I don't even know what I have here. Oh, this is a gift card from IKEA. And this is a cinema card. So why don't I have more cards? Because I really don't need those 100 card slots that people seem to be carrying around. I have an app on my iPhone. It's called Stokart, but I think every country has its own app. And I scan all my customer loyalty cards, even the one with a car service thingy who I can't remember the name of. And I have them scanned there, and then if I'm at the cash register and they ask, do you have your loyalty card? And I just can show my iPhone, and they scan it, and it's done. Super. So this means only 3 cards that are really essential: my 2 bank cards and my driver's license. Yay. In here I have some flags, receipts, of course. Like I said, I'm a collector, and same will go for here. I also have some stamps here, and here I have my Hobonichi stencil. It's really thin and flimsy, and this thing broke like a minute after I got it, but okay. Here I have my coins, and it works surprisingly well. Look, it fits a lot. My pen gets clipped in the pen loop like this. And here I have some invoices, a card and cash. That's for the wallet part. Here I always have a few sheets of Post-its for my shopping list, and I just write it on, and if I have bought it, I cross it off, and then afterwards it gets finished. Then to my planning pages. So how does it look? I'm one of the persons, if you ask me, do you have a big or a small handwriting, I adjust to whatever room is available. So if you give me a grid that is this big, I will probably write this big and get tired very easily. So I'm still maintaining the same system that I just explained in the A5. Here I have my schedule, also just written over the pre-printed schedule. I have here I draw a line at the top. Everything on the top or above the line is private to-dos. Anything below is work to-dos. What doesn't get done gets transported to the next day. And sometimes there is with a dot, so it's kind of a bullet journal system. With a little dot I mark things that are journal entries, and also my bad page to show you, but usually also my gratitude, like I explained before. And it's working brilliantly. Also my master list, private, work to-dos, and also the week, because I don't have the weekly overview anymore. The little booklet, I have it, I laid it, I misplaced this, okay, great. But it was too small for me to work, so I'm usually on Sunday, I draw my little work overview, and it's just the general, if I'm out of the house, no to-dos, just, okay, Monday this, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on. Yeah. What else do I have? In the back I have also my invoice overview, and that's basically it. This is what I'm going to do for next year. I am sticking to this system, to this little compact monster, which is now fat actually, because it's a full year A6 Hobonichi. But next year I will be using my avec, which I already bought. So this thin thing will then be my planner / wallet / I have everything with me what I will ever need. Perfect. For journaling, however, I plan to do that in my A5. Again, I've ordered the avec because I like to stick things and the books get very fat, and I like the room, and I'm really using this one every day, and I'm very looking forward to having so much space to do more writing, to do more drawing, to have more room available for as a creativity outlet. So this is going to be my setup for next year.